If you think you need steroids to get shredded, you've been lied to. The bodybuilders of the 1940s, guys like John Grimek, Steve Reeves, and Clancy Ross, walked on stage at 5 to 8% body fat with full muscle bellies, zero drugs, and a training system that has been lost in history.
31-year-old Clancy Ross, and the judges declare Mr. Ross the winner of the professional class.
And in the next 7 minutes, you're going to learn exactly what they did differently, and why it still works better than most modern programs today. Here's what you're getting: the exact training split, rep schemes, and nutrition framework these guys used to build muscle and stay lean year-round, without cutting and bulking, without tracking macros, and without a single synthetic hormone. This isn't theory. This is what actually worked before the drug era started in the late 1950s. Forget body part splits. The 1940s, guys trained their entire body 3 times per week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Not because they didn't know better, because they understood something modern bodybuilding forgot. Frequency beats volume when you're natural. Here's why. Your testosterone peaks about 48 hours after a hard training session. If you only hit each muscle once a week, you're leaving 6 days of elevated protein synthesis on the table. But if you hit it every other day, you're riding that wave 3 times a week instead of 1. Their sessions looked like this: 2 to 3 pressing movements, 2 to 3 pulling movements, 3 to 4 leg movements, 2 direct arm exercises, and 1 abdominal exercise. Total time, 60 to 75 minutes. No fluff, no 30-set arm days. Just compound movements and hard effort. These guys didn't chase the pump. They chased numbers. Every single session, they tried to add weight to the bar or get 1 more rep than last time. That was the game. Steve Reeves could military press 185 pounds for reps at a body weight of 220. John Grimek could squat 400 plus raw in the 1940s. These weren't genetic freaks. They were just disciplined and followed a training program that made sense. But here's the key. They logged everything. No guessing. None of that. I think I did 135 last time. They knew and did everything in their power to beat what they did last session. Here's where it gets interesting. The 1940s guys didn't bulk and cut. They stayed lean year-round by eating 3 square meals a day. Steve Reeves knew the importance of nutrition and how it would help his performance and physique. He believed in using a 20% protein, 20% fat, and 60% carbs diet because he felt that he had more energy to train with the high carbs. No protein shakes, no meal prep Sundays, no tracking apps. They just ate real food and stopped when they were full. And because they trained hard 3 times a week, their metabolism stayed high and their insulin sensitivity stayed sharp. But here's the part no one talks about. They fasted between meals. Not intentionally, it's just how people ate back then. No snacking every 2 hours, no pre-workout gummy bears. Your body actually had time to digest, recover, and tap into fat stores between feeding windows. Modern bodybuilders eat 6 to 8 times a day because steroids let you force-feed muscle growth. Natural lifters don't have that luxury. As a natural lifter, you don't need all that food because muscle growth takes longer. That's why a huge calorie surplus only makes you fat and doesn't help you more with muscle growth than a slight surplus in calories. No one in the 1940s was training 7 days a week. They understood that muscle grows when you rest, not when you lift. So they took rest days seriously, and they slept 8 to 9 hours a night to be able to go full force in the gym. And here's the critical part. They didn't live in chronic stress. No stimulants, no pre-workout every session. No staying up until 2 a.m. doom scrolling. Their nervous system had time to down-regulate, which meant their cortisol stayed low and their testosterone stayed high. If you're training hard, eating clean and enough, but still not growing, look at your sleep and stress. Cortisol peaks when you're stressed and anxious, which lowers testosterone. Being fully rested makes you able to output more inside the gym, and training harder requires more recovery, so this goes hand in hand. Let's talk about where modern natural lifters go wrong, trying to copy 1940s methods. Mistake number 1, thinking full body means low volume. These guys still did 15 to 20 sets per session. The difference is they spread it across all muscle groups instead of annihilating one body part per workout. What this does is it increases the frequency you hit every muscle group while keeping the weekly volume the same. This has been proven by modern science to speed up muscle growth, to train a muscle more frequently while keeping the amount of working sets at around 10 to 20 per week for each muscle. Mistake number 2, eating like it's 1940, but living like it's 2025. Those guys worked physical jobs, walked everywhere, and didn't sit for 10 hours a day. If you're sedentary outside the gym, you can't eat the same calorie load and stay lean. Adjust for your actual activity level. Mistake number 3, skipping progression because it's not about the weight. Yes, form matters, but if you're benching the same weight for 6 months, you're not building muscle. Period. Progressive overload is non-negotiable for natural lifters. Here's your 30-day challenge if you want to test this protocol. First, we got the workouts. The Steve Reeves 3-day per week full body training program. Every single exercise has 3 working sets in an 8 to 12 rep range. This keeps things simple. Every single set and rep should be tracked. This you can do with an app on your phone to make things easier. Between each set, you should rest for at least 2 to 3 minutes, if not 4 to 5 minutes. Next is nutrition. 3 meals per day, 20% protein, 20% fats, 60% carbs made of whole foods only. No snacking between meals. For recovery, we have 8 hours of sleep minimum, active rest days, and no additional cardio, unless you're over 15% body fat. Then, some extra cardio would come in handy. That's it. No app required, no complicated macros. Just train hard, eat clean, sleep well, and watch your body respond the way it's supposed to. The guys in the 1940s didn't have Instagram coaches, they didn't have science-backed studies on protein timing, and they definitely didn't have steroids. What they had was their body, and all they could do was listen to it. These guys had an undoubted belief that they could build a lot of muscle. They were curious and driven every single day. This undoubted belief and curiosity made them consistently go at it for years. And if you apply even half of what they did, training frequency, progressive overload, whole food nutrition, real recovery, and most importantly, consistency, you'll build more muscle in the next 90 days than most people build in a year. If you like this type of video, make sure to leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'll see you in the next video.